naijaxtreme.
naijaxtreme.
naijaxtreme. naijaxtreme blog, the most online visited platform that delivers global news,
entertainment,
sports,
unique fashion,
and of course,
gossip.
My sister, you too like ofofo.
Hey, why I no go like ofofo?
For your latest news, visit www.naijaxtreme.com.
For advert placement and promotion,
email us at naijaxtreme1@gmail.com.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter
at naijaxtreme and Instagram
at naijaxtreme fashion.
Don't be the last to find out, cause naijaxtreme is the bomb.
Have you heard about Kesman Exchange? We buy and sell Bitcoin. You can also sell gift cards for us at Kesman Exchange. All at the best rate. We are real agency 24 hours 7 days a week, all transaction under 10 minutes. Easy, safe, fast and reliable. Contact us now on WhatsApp at
But then, we're no experts. We're just going to be giving you what we think researchers have said, what researchers have done, what psychologists think. Exactly. And we're just going to let you know there are about six reasons, six things you should tell your partner about your past. And we have about 2 that you should never tell your partner.
Talk about it.
Yes.
We want your contributions. You can call in. We have our WhatsApp number on the show, which is 732-500-2485. Feel free to call in. Tell us your observation, what you know, what you think it should happen, what you think spouse should do. If they should talk about the past, everything, not little, everything. If you should talk about everything to your spouse, or you should never even mention it to your spouse. We really want to hear your opinion today. We want your contribution because we want this to be an interactive show. This is our first edition, right?
Yes.
And the subsequent one will always be perfect and good. So never mind the volume today. We are just testing the studio. So, someone said it's working now. I'm so glad that's working now. So let's go on. Let's move on.
Yes. This is the start, and we hope that it gets better with time. In every relationship, there comes a stage where everything gets deeper.
Exactly.
The bond becomes tighter. There's intensity, and then it's no longer about just having sex. It's no longer about going on dates and what did you eat for lunch? Oh, what did you have for dinner? How
It's
are you?
more than that.
Yeah, there's a point in time in a relationship where it becomes more intimate, and at that point, that is where issues about the past start coming to play. It's about that time when you begin to bear your mind and your soul and your thoughts to this person. And people begin to fret. It's like, oh my God, you lost me so much. He's telling me all these things. I think I need to share. I think I need to talk about
I
this.
think most people make mistakes.
Exactly.
When they are talking, they talk too much. You're talking about your past, right? You already know what you've gone through in your past. Everybody knows their past, how their past has been. I know how my past is. You know how your past is. So you discussing your past with your spouse I never dispute the fact that you should do that. But why you are doing that, be wise when you're talking about your past. Because like on Thursday, I watched Investigation Discovery. And there's this lady, she was a lesbian before she got married. And after she got married, for 17 years, can you believe she was living like she's in a cage? Like she's in prison. Yeah, because the man was using the past against her. And I was like,
she shared her
she
past
shared
about
her
being
past
a lesbian to the man.
And
my God.
the man was like, and then later, and the funniest thing, this lady is a boxer. In fact, she won a lot of medal for that, belt and all that. So the man was like, I'm going to spoil your reputation out there. I'm going to tell people what you've been doing long time, what you really are that people don't know. And I was like, this is the reason why most people said they would never talk about their past. So I was like, this is really the topic we're about to treat. And bam, the thing just came on the screen. And I was like, oh, this is one of the points. Those people who said never, they will never share their past.
I know, because even though being, homosexual is accepted now in America, and people, they just accept the fact that you're who you are and all of that, there are still things, there's still a certain level to it that So, nah, I just don't want people to know this yet. I'm not comfortable enough to share this with others. This is supposed to be between us.
Oh,
And if you're my partner, I expect that you give me as much respect as I give to you. And it's just funny that people go through a lot because of things they've done in their past. It's sad. And a lot of people feel like it's a responsibility. They think, um, for me to have a healthy relationship, I need to share it all. I need to just
yeah,
let
most
him
people said
know
you in
everything.
the poll we put out there for
Mhm.
voting poll. Most people said you should tell your past, like over 100 said
Because
tell
it's
your
the
past. Some people
notion,
said never, and some people said no. I know the reason why most people might decide not to say it is because they are scared of losing the man. Saying your past to the man might eventually make you lose the man because the man will kind of, so you were a prostitute before, and I will marry you and meet my friends out there, and they were like, "Whoa, you just got married to a prostitute," and some of them can't even face the shame and reproach and everything like that. So most people decided, okay, let me not say it. But there is a mistake. You not saying it is also dangerous. Because if the man get to know that outside, then you are in so.
it's one of the things we're going to be talking about today. Let's just move ahead. And like I said, some people share some things because
We have someone here like Lizzie George. She said, I'm sorry, I cannot. My past is past and past is gone. Can you see that?
I totally you don't want to share. If you feel like what I want to share is too, I don't know, it's going to be difficult or too hard for my relationship or too it's just going to not make my relationship what it's
Work.
supposed to be, I don't think you should share except in cases where it is important to your partner. If what you've done in your past is going to affect your present, is going to affect your present relationship, going to affect your future relationship, I think that it's just respectful enough that you let your partner know.
Exactly.
If your past is not going to have any effect on your future, your present, I'd say, hold it, girl.
That depends
But
on the
if it's
past.
not,
But if your past is
you think you need
so
to.
serious, you better not say it. That's my opinion.
I know,
That's
I
my
know. You know
opinion.
what? We'll come back to that,
Okay.
Daddy. So there are 7 things that researchers have come together and psychologists have come together, and they said these 7 things you need to talk about when you start a relationship.
So we have someone here. In particular, Jayola says, share the ones that are important and safe. And we have Abidemi Jagede says, I would rather share it and be burden free than keep it and pay me down. That's it.
Awesome. That's someone that just thinks if I don't share, it's going to be on me to my conscience. Why someone say, you know what?
I'm not
Damn it,
gonna share it.
I don't
I
care.
don't.
I'm gonna keep this to myself. Conscious or not, this is
Okay,
me.
let's
This is
ask
my
our
past.
viewers at home. Let's say you know of a lady who has done maybe something that is so wrong that is affecting her, and do you think the lady should say it out, to the spouse? For instance, maybe the lady has committed an abortion before, and that has really damaged the womb or something, or taken a precaution medication for pregnancy, and maybe that has damaged the womb. And you think such lady will open her mouth and tell her spouse that, oh, sorry, I no longer have a womb, or sorry, I took a kind of medication that destroyed my womb while I was still young. You think such things should be said out? Because if you say you want to say everything to your spouse, remember that kind of talk, you rather not say it. You're going to lose that man. And any man you ever said that to will never want to come back to you. So, what do you think about that? Do you still think such person should say that?
While our audience are giving us answers to that, I think we should move ahead. And when the answers come in, we're just going to read them to you and let you hear what their opinion is. Um, we have about 7 things that we're supposed to
Oh,
share.
someone said I should repeat the question.
Okay.
The question is, let's say you know of a lady, she has done, her past was so bad that she lost her womb, maybe having an abortion or taking the abortion pill, and she lost her womb during the process. Do you think such lady such lady should go ahead and tell her spouse that, oh, I'm so sorry. When I was still dating so person, I lost my womb. I had an abortion and I lost my womb. Do you think such person will ever say the secret out, or she will keep a secret forever? So what do you think about that? We want your discussion, your observation, your contribution. Please, you can feel free to call in on the WhatsApp number 732-500-2485. Okay, go ahead, Gisela.
Okay. Just things that we're supposed to share. The first on the list is your current health. And that just ties into the question that she just points out and just puts out to everyone. What is your current health? If you're in a relationship and it's getting serious, you need to let that person know what your health status is.
Exactly.
If you've had STIs that has affected your womb, or you've had an abortion that has affected your womb, and you know there's a possibility that I'm not going to have children, you need to let your partner know.
You think so?
I think so, especially if your partner wants children.
I don't think you should say such thing out. I don't think so.
Why?
It's something you can never even say. Even if you tell your partner, do you know your partner won't even come back to you? And he would like, so you want to be a burden on me?
So what happens if you get married and then he wants kids? What happens?
And yeah, we will both be looking up to God, the author and the finisher of our faith. I will keep praying.
It's a different case if it was nothing you did. It was something you did. It was your past. It was a mistake that you have made. And if you were going to go through that turmoil of looking for children, and it's basically your fault, I just think it's good
To say
to let him know. So he knows that it's not him having a problem. It is you, and both of you are just, looking up to God and having faith together rather than not telling him and
you
just.
see, we have someone here, Peter Jesuloba. He said it depends on their belief or background.
Okay.
It's hard decision when it comes to this type of situation, because it's very very hard for the lady to say such. She will
But
never
then
get any man to marry her. You
That's
know
not
that.
true. I don't believe that you will not get a man to marry you. I feel like there are men out there that don't want children. There are women that have nothing wrong with their womb and still say I don't want to have kids. And then if a man comes to me and says I want to get married to you, I tell you up front, well, I don't want kids. And if I let you know that and you still want children, then you can leave. But if you don't want children, then we're partners.
It's
It's the
difficult.
same.
It's a very difficult
It is a
situation.
difficult situation. But
Except Lizzie just said, except the husband don't want kids, then you can say exactly jokingly.
no,
But
you
for
don't
you to
even say it
just for you to
jokingly.
just go and just play with such to me. No, 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 no.
That's why you
It's
don't
not gonna
tell
take that.
everybody until it is quite important. This person wants to share the rest of their life with me. If you don't want to share the rest of your life with me, I don't think I want to tell you that I've lost my womb. Because you're probably going to live like every other
Definitely.
person. So it's at that point when you're both at the verge. It's like, you know what? It's a yes or no. I am
Abidemi
either
Jegede
going.
said, if the spouse is meant for you, you will stay.
Thank you, Abidemi. Thank you so much. If this
That
person is meant for you, they will want to pray and fast with you. But if they're not,
except the spouse is a pastor. If the spouse is not a pastor, it's gonna run away.
well, what? Okay, what are men that have low sperm count?
See?
See, it's possible. You might
Uh-huh.
have low sperm count, and then I want children, and I have a perfect womb. God has given me the perfect womb,
And you haven't even
and
done
I haven't
any
done
abortion,
abortion. Maybe I'm a
taking any
virgin.
pill.
And then you come and you have low sperm count, and you don't tell me, I'm gonna hate you forever
That
in
is
the
it.
marriage.
That is
So
it.
if you tell me before the marriage, then it's my choice to say, you know
And
what, I'm gonna stick with you.
okay, from your thought mind, it tells you that.
Yes.
Will you ever even wait?
If I don't want children, maybe.
But if you want children,
If I want children, if I think is children are just a part of life. If I want children and I think this person is amazing, I think it's an amazing person that I really want to spend the rest of my life with, I might, look for one. This is 2018. There are all kinds of ways. So
adopting a child or
we could
what?
adopt a child. I'm not against adopting a child. We can
Okay.
adopt a child. It's someone's children, it's someone's child. We can just make that work. But there are other ways to make it happen. Just the honesty is just important. And I think your health, if you have health issues, if there are health issues in your family, I think you should let your spouse know so she's prepared for them.
Yeah, someone said regardless of how bad it is, they're supposed to be open up to each other.
Who is that?
That's Peter
Peter
Jesu Lover.
Peter
Ayodele
Ayodele.
Jesu
Thank you
Lover.
so much. We
Thank you so
appreciate
much,
that.
sir. Someone is calling in. No, this is a Facebook call. We are not taking Facebook call this time.
Another thing that you should share, we've talked about sharing your health issues. Another thing you should share is your history of cheating. I know, right? You've been a cheater and now you're in a relationship. And this psychologist and researchers say, share your history of cheating.
Really?
I know.
How many people want to do that?
That's the question. How many people want to share the history of cheating? But the thing is, you own it. That's what happens. If I've been a serial cheater and I'm in a relationship, if I tell you, then I'm owning it. So that way, when you go out and I've been a prostitute or something, and someone tells you, "Oh, you were
That you
her?
say I already
She's
know
a
about
prostitute."
that.
Oh, I know. She told me. So it's a way for you to own your mistake. It's a way for you to be vulnerable with each other. Open space. You're vulnerable, and then you support each other. If someone says, "Oh, your guy, oh my God, he's a player. He dates this person, dates a." Thank you. I
I
know.
know about that.
Keep it to yourself.
That's I'm cheating, right?
That's cheating.
But
Yeah.
not the kind of situation we just treated.
Oh no.
Definitely.
No, it's cheating. And I just think, just let your partner know. It's just good that you let them know. Be open with that, and it's probably just going to save you a whole lot of crazy.
Abidemi said technology has improved tremendously. So if the man is having difficulties, it can be remedied.
Yeah, that's the
So
case of the current. Yeah. So even if the woman's womb is gone, I've had testimonies of women that their womb were gone and they still have twins. So
that's
come on.
miracle. Miracle from God.
So another thing, number three is your financial situation. You see, this is America. People have a lot of debt. Your student debt, your all kinds of loan. Please let your partner know. It's unfair that this person is getting married to you and they're coming to take all over your debt. It's unfair.
I
Let them know.
You won't be able to file tax together because he has maybe child support, he has other student loan, all kind of loan he has, that's uncalled for.
Your credit
Then
score.
the lady or the man has to be paying that for you.
Yeah,
No,
that's
not good.
unfair. That's unfair.
That's unfair.
So let your partner know what your financial situation is. What's your credit score? What can you do with
If
your
you have
credit?
good credit.
Do you have good or bad credit? I need to know. Let them know. That way you can know what to do together. What's your spending habit like? You shop every week. Come on. We're going to start a family. We're going to have house. We're going to have cars. We need to know how we're going to make
And even
that happen.
some people, some guys, they don't tell their spouse about that. The
How
kind
much
of
they
business
make.
they are doing,
Yes.
how much they make, they kind of hide that from them, and that's not really good because you're gonna be spending the rest of your life with such a person, and is hiding his finances. How do you call that?
I know, and that's why some guys complain a lot. She's asking me to get a Gucci bag, and she's asking me to get her this one and get her that one. I don't have money for that. Girl, you didn't tell me how much you're making. So if I'm asking you to get me a Gucci, it's because I think you
can
make
afford
enough.
it.
Exactly. But when you're open enough, I make Gucci, but honey, I have student loan that I'm paying. I spend a lot of money on this, and I'm paying this debt, and I'm paying my car note, and that way I know I'm not going to ask for a Gucci bag, and I'm not going to ask for this because I understand what your financial situation is. So I think it's important that you let your partner know what your financial situation is. Very important. Number four, post-traumatic events.
Wow.
Yeah, the things that has happened to you in your past, the loss that you've had, the grief that you're going through,
Depression. If you have been in depression.
And talking from a mental health point of view, depression never goes away. I am sorry to say, it's not like malaria that you treat and you go. It comes
back.
and it goes, and it is very crazy when it's in the book. You're diagnosed with depression, you've been diagnosed with anxiety disorder. Let your partner know so that when that episode comes back, they're there to help you. They're there to guide you. She comes back from work and you're sitting on the couch or something and you're looking up. She's not going to come and say you're crazy. What's wrong with you? But because she understands that this is
what you're
going through, she can help you through. She can guide you through suicidal thoughts.
She can help you manage that. That's why we have a lot of suicide attempts out there. People who kill themselves for no reason. They might probably be nursing something in their mind, and they didn't say it out. They didn't tell their spouse, so no one knows about it. No one is helping them out with it. So such person may end up committing suicide, which is not good. So with your spouse, you have to be open up. Tell them about your health issue. Tell them about everything, so they will know how to manage it with you.
Important. Let them know all these things. It might seem simple. Why do I have to tell this person about this? Why do I have to tell this person about that? They're going to see me in a different way. If they're for you, if they're yours, they're going to help you through. They're going to guide you through. They're going to
Exactly.
support you. And that's what partners do. They support each
Each
other.
other.
So if you're not able to tell them these things, I don't think you should be in the relationship. And if you're there and you think this is moving ahead, honey, please let them know. Talk to them. Share it with them and see what they can do to help you through. So that in your marriage, it's not, I don't care what he's doing. He never tells me anything.
Anything.
Let them know. Number five, we have why your last relationship ended.
Ended.
Now, we're not saying talk about
Everything.
everything. I
No,
dated Shola
no.
and I dated Bolu and I dated this person. The most recent relationship, why did it end? Why? How long were you with that person? That was
What
this.
happened?
What was the
What was the
deal breaker?
reason why the relationship ended?
When did you know? You know what? This is enough. I can no longer stay in this. What happened? You need to let your partner
Know about
know
them.
about that last relationship.
Maybe your partner has a kind of attitude which you do not like. You can't condone it. And you are going into a new relationship, you have to let the new guy knows, or the new lady knows, that this is actually why I quitted with this guy, because he's fond of this. This is not my way. Maybe he's a smoker and you don't like a smoker, and you kind of, he smokes too much. I told him to stop. He never answered. Then that was the reason why I left this guy. But in a situation whereby you did not say anything about your past, what happened, what transpired between you and the other guy, the same thing will probably repeat itself. We have several things that maybe has caused the first relationship to end, but because you fail to discuss about that, and it keeps repeating itself, and you find yourself moving from one guy to another, from one lady to another, which is unfair on you. So it's very, very important that you talk about your past to your spouse, right? Then you tell them about the last relationship, previous relationship. If you have had two relationships, discuss it with them and see how that's gonna work out. And this other guy might probably tell you, "Oh, this is my own lapses too. You better mind. Uh, you better work it out together." Or if you think you can stay with it, you can leave.
Yeah. And another thing that this helps you with, talking about your the last no, I'm not saying all of them,
All
the
of it.
last relationship, he acts as a guidance for your partner. He helps your partner. It's a form of, what's the word? It's a form of aspiration for him. It's like, in my last relationship, this happened. In my last relationship, um, there was we were not communicating enough.
Communication is very
Yeah,
important. You know
I
that.
loved him. He loved me, but then we were not. The
Communication.
communication wasn't. I wasn't feeling
Feeling
it,
it.
and that was a deal breaker for me. Now this person knows. Oh, I don't like to text. I'm not a texting person. I like to talk over
Talk
the
on
phone.
phone.
And you're like, well, I
So
think
I'm
I
not a
can work
text
with
person.
that. I'm not a call person. I'm a texting person. So it acts as a guidance for both of you. Now it's like, oh, okay, he doesn't like to text, but he likes to call. So I should make time for us to talk over the
Talk on
phone.
phone.
And this person is like, oh, she likes to text and
Mm-hmm.
I like to call. Okay, I'll text her once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So both of you will be able to reach an equilibrium and both of you
Exactly.
will be able to make a decision. It acts as a guidance for both of you, which is awesome. And that's the idea. That's the point of having, all these things, having this talk and having me to talk about all these other things. And the last one is, this one is important that you talk about because a lot of people don't talk about it because they feel like if I do this, then it's probably pride.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
You need to talk about the problems that you've overcome in the past.
Okay.
It shows how strong you've
We
been.
have someone here says, God told me before that any secret you're keeping in your relationship will give the devil advantage to afflict your marriage.
Exactly.
So
Thank you, Peter. We
that
appreciate
means no
that.
secret in a relationship. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm just gonna say for him, it's still going to be a conscience thing because you know how people say karma, and they say whatever you do, karma is always there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and even when you feel like nobody's gonna know about this, out of the blue, that guy that you cheated upon, and then you didn't tell your partner I was
Partner
cheating,
about it.
and then it just comes out of the blue, and God bless
Just
you, he has your mumu
blow
button,
everything
and
out.
there's trouble. I'm telling you. And then he just knows how to tweak you. And out of nowhere, your beautiful marriage just becomes. But if you've
Something.
told your partner, oh, I was in love with a certain guy and I loved him so much, he knows me so much, if he comes around, there might be trouble.
Trouble.
So when he comes around, your partner knows,
He's already aware
he's
of
aware
that.
of it and he knows what to do. He helps you. He guides you. It's a check and balance for you. I really agree with that.
Conscience will be okay.
Thank you, Lizzie. Yeah, conscience will be okay. But then sometimes some people just cannot. They just cannot hold things. They're not strong enough to keep things to themselves. It's like I have to talk about it. Please let me talk about it. So I said the last thing you should talk about in your relationship is the problem you've overcome in the past, the good things you're doing with your life, that course you took in college that was so difficult, but you made it through because you're a strong woman. You should talk about that. That relationship that was a hassle for you, that violence that you were, the violent relationship you were, the abuse that you went through, and you came out strong.
Strong.
Now remember, there are situations that you might have gone through that overcame you.
Definitely.
You should not talk about those. Those that you went through and you came out a victor is what you should talk about. That way it portrays you. I'm not saying
You think that?
sugarcoat it. I'm not saying you should sugarcoat it. I'm just saying if you're going to talk about your successes, talk about how hard it
Should
was
you
for
only
you.
talk about successes?
Well, we've talked about the other things that are failures that you talk about, but this time around it's time for you to talk about your success and you make it about your success.
If that is the case, everyone will talk about that all the time, and nobody will want to talk about their other past, the other side of
We
it.
already mentioned things they should talk about that are failures, like their post-traumatic stress and their financial
The health
situation
issues.
and their health issues. Now it's just time for them to talk about the good things that they've done in their life that is amazing, and they should own it because they came out strong. They came out a victor, which is important. Some people don't talk about how good that they've been. Some people just talk about their problems all the time, and because of that, the partner come and thinks this person is so vulnerable. I need to carry them. So you need to portray that you're a strong woman, that you're a strong man, that I've been through a lot, and I am here and
Lizzie said,
strong.
"Why holding down the one that overcame you?" I asked him that. Is it only the successes you want them to talk about? What
Lizzie,
about?
I am not saying don't talk about the things that overcame you. That is why we talk about your financial situation that you cannot handle, about your health issues that there was nothing you could do about the anxiety and the depression that you've gone through. Those are things that overcame you. But now, in this case, a lot of people forget to talk about how good and how awesome that they are because they're so engulfed, they're so in their pain that they refuse and they forget
We have a
to
caller.
talk
We have
about
a
stuff
caller.
like that.
We have a caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Just Love. Welcome on the show. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, how you are doing? How are you?
We're
Yeah,
doing
we're
fine,
good.
thank you.
Yeah, this is a very interesting topic. And yeah, it's a very good topic, and it's going to help a lot of family. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we
We
can.
are.
Oh, okay. It's going to help a lot of family. People are struggling so much in their relationships, in their marriages. And God told me before, He said, any secret you keep in your marriage, any secret you keep it from your spouse, will give the devil advantage to afflict your marriage. And God went further to explain it. Now, we all need to understand that before we keep any secrets, no matter how secretive we are, no matter how smart we are, we should know that three spirits knows about it. You might do something that nobody know about it. You might do something that none of your friends even know about it, and nobody ever knew about it. But the fact remains that you have a spirit, and inside of you, you have the spirit of God. Another thing that you cannot avoid is the evil spirit. So at any point in time, wherever you are going, you have God's spirit which created you. Now you have the evil spirit which is the one that put that bad thoughts in you in the first place. The evil spirit will put it in you that why don't you use this one? Why don't you do this? That is the evil spirit. Now there is God's spirit which is there at all times. Now the evil spirit will give you a loopholes for you to escape through from any situation. But that same loopholes is another advantage for the evil to afflict you in the future. Because nobody knows about it. You are the only one that knows about it. But the Spirit of God knows about it. And the evil spirit inside of you knows about it. Now this point is, if you do it today and you think nobody knows about it, devil knows how to expose you in the future. A lot of secret that is destroying people's marriages today. They believe these are secrets that nobody knows about. 20 years later, when they're supposed to be enjoying their marriage, the devil have a way of exposing them.
Wow.
And now, you think you have done it 20 years ago, you have got free, everything, you have children already. Now the devil will bring it out. And when you're supposed to be enjoying the marriage, then there'll be problems. So I think in any relationship, you're not supposed to keep secrets from your husband.
Not even a kind of secret that any other ear can hear about it. You mean everything should be said out to your spouse?
Let us take, for example, the Bible. We need to understand that God that we are serving is a principle God.
Okay.
He made us understand that two will come together and become one. That is his principle. And God will not go against his own principle. If two should come together and become one, how can we hide things from each other? And the Bible said, any house divided by itself cannot stand. God will not go against his word. It does not matter what the problem is. If you know that your husband needs to know or your wife needs to know about it, then you need to tell your husband. It might be a mistake. And we need to understand that God is a God of integrity. There is no situation that God cannot reverse. Because of your honesty, because of the purity of your heart, of your spirit, because of your obedience to the word of God, you need to know that when you expose these secrets, you are not doing it because you want to maintain peace in your family.
Okay.
You are doing it because of your conscience. And how do you develop that conscience? Because you have the fear of God. And the Bible says the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Now, when you let it go because of that fear of God, don't worry about what is going to happen after it. But one thing that will happen is that you are free from that secret. The devil cannot use it against you again, because the moment you let it out, then it's no longer the weapon in the hand of the devil. That's number one. Number two is that because you let it out, you don't know what God will do. It is okay for your husband to rake about it. It is okay for your wife to say, no, I'm not doing it again. No, this is. But just allow peace to reign. Just pray to God. God knows how to calm the situation down. And what you think it will not happen, eventually it will be about children. We have seen testimony of somebody that they removed their womb and eventually they have twins.
Yes.
We have seen the testimony before. So now, and no testimony will come up if God is not intervening in it. Even the devil that created something, God still allow it to happen because devil is so crafty and God will still use it against. I mean, there are a lot of situations that the devil will create for people, for couples, ignorantly, and God will allow it, but God will expose it later on, and at the end of it, God will bring glory out of it to put the devil to shame. We have seen so many situations like that. So, to me, my observation, or my opinion, is that do not keep any secrets from your husband. Do not keep any secrets from your wife. It will only allow your husband to trust you more. It will only allow your wife to trust you more. That if you can say this, then, And that is it. That's
Jason
all.
Lover, before the end
Yes,
of the
ma'am.
show, we have a story of a lady that contacted us. Okay, and we're gonna be talking about the story, and we really need your contribution. Okay, and we would like you to talk about it. If the lady should go ahead and say it, just like you said, that everything should be told, or she should just keep her mouth shut. Okay, thanks for
Thank you so much for
calling.
calling, Just Lover. We appreciate your
All right, ma'am.
opinion.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. Yeah.
Just Lover just called us and just give us a whole lot of episodes, and we're grateful for that. His own opinion is you need to talk about everything, regardless of what it is, whatever it is. God can take control of the situation, and God has the heart of whoever you're in a relationship with in His hands, and He can turn it around. So whatever your past did, it was a mistake. You can always talk about it. Well, that's just lover's opinion. Every other person has their
You have
opinion.
your own
I have my
opinion.
opinion.
Chip it in.
Jai has her own opinion. But here, there are just two basic things that we have here that you should, not talk about.
Never talk
We've
about it.
talked about six things that you should tell your partners, but we have two here, just two that you should not talk about. And here it says, intimate details about your past as well as your past sexual partners. I don't think, you know what I say? For me, I feel like whatever my partner would tell me and I will not take, I will not just take in good spirit and say, you know what? I'm going to just take it and move ahead. I will not tell my partner.
Exactly.
If there's anything that I know if my partner tells
Knows
me,
about it.
I will not take. I will pack my bags and move away. I will not tell him. And that for me includes body count. There's some people that have had 10, 50 relationships in the past. If you've had a meaningful relationship that stands out to you and you want to talk about it, I'm open to it. But when it becomes, oh, I slept with this person and she's good, and this person knows a lot of sexual styles, and honey, I don't want to know about that. I don't want you telling
Your
me.
spouse will be jealous. You saying
You're
such,
just creating.
that's not good.
So telling me someone is good in bed, and you
Like
saying I'm not
me,
good in bed. Girl, what are you saying? So I will not talk about things that I will not take. So if I know you tell me this and I'm just gonna pack my stuff and
and
leave,
just leave.
I don't think I want to tell you that. So one of it is intimate details about your past. All those things
You
you
don't
all
even
those
have to say that.
I
Do you
know,
really
right?
have to say that?
Well, some people think they should.
But they said you should say everything.
Exactly.
So
So some people think they should tell you how good and the styles that their partner and their exes have done for them.
they will say you are a sport child. Your spouse will say you are so sports, so you are actually doing this. Oh my god.
Well,
Maybe you are a prostitute.
some might not say you're spoiled. Some might just think, wow,
We have
too
someone
many
here.
people.
He said there is nothing under the sun. Marriage is a life contract in which lives are being invested. So it will only be fair if open all cards on the table. He's also saying you should say everything. If the two parties are meant for each other, God will make the marriage train keep moving. And why is everybody saying say everything?
You
And
know
we have
what?
some
You know
people
what
that
I'm
said they
saying.
would never
I'm
say.
saying. I think past is relative. I
But
feel like
past is past.
no. I'm saying past is independent of each other. Your past is different from mine. My past, I might be able to tell all to my partner because it's my past, and it just
And
doesn't.
because it's good.
Aside from good, maybe what I'm going to say is never going to affect my future. In a way, it's not so strong. And there's some people that their past is just so. It's
So
just like some
terrible.
people meeting someone for the first time and tell them all about their problems, just who they are as a person. But I don't think it's good that you put all of the heart on the table,
They said you should put
depending.
all on the table.
That is
As
Odunayo's
Odunayo Israel.
opinion. And my opinion is it depends on
We
what your
have a
past
caller
is.
too. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, who do we have on the show today, please? Can you tell us your name?
My name is Jai.
Hi, Jai. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you too. Just want to give one or two things based on what the last caller just said.
Okay.
As much as we try to talk more about God, we should also look at some issues literally, okay? You're talking about a situation where you want to share, it's advisable you share all your past with your spouse. Yes, perspective of what may have happened in your past, all right? That nobody is saying it's bad, but we should also try to control the level at which we fall in love. I've come across such situations or stories that you fall in love with somebody, you say, honey, I got this thing, I need to tell you. And the spouse will say, oh, don't worry about your past.
I don't want to hear
I
about
don't want to
it.
hear about exactly. The food that I just don't want to hear. I don't
That's
care.
all that matters to me. I love it. Anything about your past is in your past. I don't want to hear it.
That's how it should be.
Spouses go along to get married, and then later on in life, one of the spouse gets to hear about this thing from outside and begin to feel it somehow. Sometimes I think we have to look deep inside ourselves, rather than look onto God. God is there to guide us, all right, but we have our own decisions to make. So, as much as I agree with the pastor, I also want us to look at it literally.
Okay.
When you fall in love blindly, and you say you don't care about the past of your spouse because you are in love, and at the end of the day, the past comes to haunt you, what do? Because the spouse is going to say, oh, I wanted to tell you this some
You
10
said
years
you're
back.
not interested.
But you said, it's okay, and I kept it like that. So who are you going to blame?
So in a nutshell, you also
As
support
much as
telling
you apply the rule,
telling
as much
everything.
as you also, what I'm trying to say is, as much as you apply the rules of God into it, you also have to look into yourself. That's what I feel. It's not just God. It's not just the rule of God. You also have to apply your emotions to it. You have to love. If you are loving, you have to love wisely.
I totally agree with you, Jay. I feel like it's important to discern.
We have a caller
It's
too.
important to discern,
He
and
can't hear us anymore.
when you're trying to make your decision and you're trying to
Hello? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are live.
Oh, okay.
All right, sir. All right, sir. Okay.
So as much as it's important for us to share our past, I still think it's good that it's discerning, just common sense. Common sense is not common, but it's important that you use common sense. So while I'm sharing this with you and I'm telling you all of this, I still think it's very important that not tweak, but there are ways that you share your past that it doesn't come back to hurt you and doesn't come back to bite you.
Jaya Jesuloba said, your opinion cannot change the mind of God's principles. So,
Yeah, it cannot. That's what I said. That as much as we acknowledge the rule of God or the laws of God, we also have to be careful the way we fall in love. That's what I'm trying to say literally. Some people get carried away because, oh, I must marry that girl, I must get married to that guy. And they say, your past, look, you know what? I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't want to hear it. Do you understand? We've
Yes,
seen
we
situations,
do.
we watch movies like that, and it comes back, maybe some years later, it comes back to haunt them.
We
But
understand.
we don't have to blame the other spouse that is trying to say, oh, this is my past.
Yes.
And you get
okay.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
You understand?
Jaya, do you know what? We have someone and she's actually watching us right now. She wants the viewers' opinion, the viewers' advice. Okay, she actually contacted us in the mail that she wants us to help her out on the situation on ground. This is present, not even past now. This lady, um she's married, she has her husband at home, and she also has concubine, like two men actually. So she sleeps with the husband and she also sleeps with the two men at the same time, in a week like that. And she was kind of she really want to stop it, okay, but she can't stop it. And this is a secret that she has been nursing for a long time in herself. And she even met with some pastors, and some pastors ended up sleeping with her. Okay, all in the name of, oh, I'll pray for you. Is a demonic power that is affecting you. Until today, the lady still continues, and she really need help. So she wants people's opinions, people's advice now. Should she go ahead and tell the husband that, oh, my husband, willingly, and say, my husband, when I sleep with you, I still go out. When I say I'm going for vigil, I go out to meet my boyfriend and I still make out with it.
I think to be candid, she's been living in sin, and if she has to stop it, she has to go back to God to ask for forgiveness. She has to stop all those concubine stuff she's having. As for telling that to her husband, I don't know, it's left to her, but all I know is she has to ask forgiveness from God for doing all of this, and she has to stop it. But she and her husband, I don't know what to say because I don't know what led her to doing it.
Jai, thank you so much for your comments. We appreciate you. We have several more minutes on the show, and just like my co-host is giving the illustration we're really looking for. We will not be picking any more calls today. We just want you to send your text and respond to us to that question, and we're just going to be reading it out to her so she can hear your opinion and hear your comments. We're really looking forward to that. Someone just said the lady is crazy. She's they said the lady is crazy. I'm sorry to say. She don't need to tell their husband. She just need to stop it and move on. Now, this is Lizzie George's idea. She thinks she's going through this. Lizzie George, this person is doing it in the present. She's going to see pastors. She's trying to work on it to get better, but then she just can't make it work. She can it's not happening for her. So she needs help. She doesn't know what to do.
She
Should
need
I tell
help.
my husband?
So
Maybe if I tell him that way I will stop doing this, But you think she should not, she should stop it. How does she stop it? She's going to see pastors. I would say see a
thinking she will
therapist.
get help from that, and some of the pastors sleeps with her. Use that as an opportunity to also have their own part of the cake.
Yeah. So I would say go see a therapist. Go talk to someone that understands what confidentiality means and would help you and guide you through because I feel it's a deep rooted situation and she should probably see, a mental health specialist because I think it's a mental health case. But, you know, we don't know. We don't know what she's going through and she really needs help. So
Benami, thanks for coming up. You're welcome to the show. We want your contribution also. Um, if you need to tell your spouse everything about your past, or you just have to keep your mouth shut, especially if your past is not that good, if it's a rough past, if you have to say it to your spouse, or you just keep mute. So,
Um, Peter Ayodele says, but God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. He chose the weak things of the world to shame the
the
strong.
strong.
That's First Corinthians. We understand, yeah, but then what does she do? How does she overcome this? She really needs help. Um, Lizzie says she just needs the grace of God. She needs to talk to God in
In
prayer
prayer.
and in her corners. So now she needs to stop going from pastor to pastor, but she should just sit in her corner and talk to God. And maybe she should have a more real relationship with God that way. But now we know we cannot always take God out of the picture, but what else can
Well,
she do aside from
your whole
God?
has been saying she should send, oh, we should all send everything to our spouse. And now you send everything to God. She really needs your help, though. She wants to know if she should go ahead and tell her husband
Husband or not.
or
So
just
are
keep it
people
to,
saying she should not tell her husband, she should just talk to
because we
God?
have been seeing the comments, and the comment are saying, say it to God.
Dami Paul, we're sorry we can
The number is on the screen.
we're no longer taking calls today. We have just 4 more minutes to go to the end of the show. But we look forward to your call the next time, next week, Saturday. 2:30 is the time. We'll be looking forward to your call. We'll be looking forward to your comments. We have 4 more minutes to go to the end of the show today. And Tomalaji Tomobi says the lady needs to ask for the Spirit of God. Yeah, the Spirit of God. But should she tell her husband? Should she let her husband know that she's been
Because
doing
we know
this?
God is the only one who can help her,
We know
right?
that, but then now it's in her hands. Should she talk about it or should she just
She's
keep
finding it very
quiet?
difficult to stop.
Conscience, karma. She's scared of karma. She's scared of her conscience. She's
And
not.
she can't tell her husband because she don't want to lose her home.
And then if she comes on and give her husband sexual diseases, how about that? So nobody's telling us anything. Should she tell her husband or should she just let it go?
She should go to God in prayer.
So the conclusion is, if you're listening, and I know you're there, you're listening to this, everybody's saying talk to God. We're not saying keep secrets from your husband, but we're saying settle this first with God. And when you
And also
do,
stop.
if you do, and whatever God tells you to do, if God says talk to your husband about it, I think when you do, God will prepare the
Even if you have
ground
to go
and
for
his heart.
7 days fasting
Whichever
Prayer.
one you want to do. I don't know. Just talk to God in your corners. Probably stop going to these pastors that are just taking advantage of you. Just go to your corners, talk to God, and let God sort it out for you.
Okay, Pastor Dami Paul says, when is marriage? Anything about her body needs to be revealed.
Hmm.
She should, and someone else too says she should not. It will burn all they
Yeah.
have. She should stop and focus on her marriage. That is it. Thanks, Kerry Hood.
Okay, Hood, we appreciate that. Abidemi Jagade says she
She
should
should
tell
tell
her
her husband.
and face the
She's listening right
consequences
now.
of her action.
She's also watching with us. So some said you should tell your husband, and some said you shouldn't. So it depends on what you think.
It's still your decision. But my personal opinion is talk to
Oh.
God first.
Damipo says such sin can't be forgiven if she did not tell her husband. Wow.
Well, I think you should talk to God first. Settle it with God. God has the heart of your husband. And even if you eventually tell your husband, if God has settled it, you can, anything can happen. But I feel you should settle the case with God first. And after settling it with God, you can always come back to your corners and, talk to your
It's a
husband.
very,
It's a
very,
difficult
very
situation.
difficult situation,
And we
yes.
understand your pain. We understand what you're going through. We just ask that God gives you the strength to go through. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. This has been really interesting and interactive. And, being the first episode, it's actually really good. And we appreciate you.
We want to see you more on our show every Saturday, 2:30.
2:30
And by
to
Wednesday,
3:30.
we'll be putting out the next topic for next week for discussion. We'll be putting it on the page, Nigeria Stream page. We want your vote, just like people voted on this topic on our page, Nigeria Stream. They actually voted, and over 100, like 150 said we should say all to our spouse, and
133 said we should.
and
35 said no.
and like
about
15 said never. You should
Yeah.
never say your past to your
your
spouse.
partner.
So
Well, then we've had a really interesting conversation, haven't we, Jai?
yeah, we
We've
have
had a very
Bisola.
interesting conversation, and
It's really nice having you guys on the
thank
show.
you guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for coming to
We
watch
look out for
us.
you next week Saturday
Yes,
at
we are.
2:30.
Everybody we're looking out for you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Have a good one. Happy New Month.
Happy New Month.
Bye.
Bye.
Have you heard about Kesman Exchange? We buy and sell Bitcoin. You can also sell gift cards for us at Kesman Exchange. All at the best rate. We are real agency 24 hours 7 days a week. All transaction under 10 minutes. Easy, safe, fast and reliable. Contact us now on WhatsApp at 0810 328 0712.
Visit www.naijaxtreme.com.
For advert placement and promotion,
Email us at naijaxtreme1@gmail.com.
follow us on Facebook and Twitter
At Naija Extreme and Instagram.
at Nigeria Extreme Fashion.
Don't be the last to find out. Cause Naija Extreme is the bomb.
Have you heard about Kesman Exchange? We buy and sell Bitcoin. You can also sell gift cards for us at Kesman Exchange. All at the best rate. We are real agency 24 hours 7 days a week. All transaction under 10 minutes. Easy, safe, fast and reliable. Contact us now on WhatsApp at 0810 328 0712.